want to welcome you all to The Gateway.
The Gateway is a video podcast directed and hosted by staff members of Somerset Community College's student newspaper, The Bridge.
This is The Gateway.
Welcome, SEC, to our podcast, The Gateway. I'm your host, Eli Parker.
And I'm our co-host, Gary Smith.
And welcome all to our second episode for this season. We've previously had our first episode with Miss Julia Cherison out online, and that's already gotten its way to our second most viewed. So if you haven't seen that already, go check it out now. But today, we have not only one, but two interviewees with us today. Mr. Jeff Brickley, faculty member, and AJ Tompkins, or Andrew, mostly goes by AJ, a student here, and also the SGA president, but we'll go more into his responsibilities as the interview goes on. So just to introduce you two gentlemen, we'll start with you, Mr. Brickley, just to tell us your roles here at the college.
All right, so I've been at the school for 17 years now. I started working first at the fitness center down in the Harold Rogers Student Commons building, down bottom floor in the basement. And we expanded over to the Laurel campus, so we have two fitness centers now. I also am the SGA advisor, which I pretty much kind of overlook AJ and the other SGA members and kind of guide them on the path kind of to what they want to do. I also am the CPR site coordinator, and so that involves with helping set up we have 8 CPR classes, 4 on this campus, 4 on London campus, which goes with setting up CPR classes and making sure CPR instructors are certified and recertified, and just the overall development of those classes and follow through, basically. And I also do a 2-week summer program called Kids College, which has been going on I've been doing it for about 5 years now, minus a couple for COVID. We didn't have it. But that's a 2-week summer session. We have between about 150 to 200 kids on campus, usually about 100 each week, and we have them do different types of activities and classes. We've done everything from go down to the creek. We've had a biology class down there. To other classes, we just fun things like slip and slides and that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Easier to tell us what you don't do around here.
Yeah.
So what about you, Mr. Andrew? AJ?
I am the SGA president. I'm kind of like the link between the students and the staff here. And I'll try to plan, alongside with Jeff, plan events for the students, try to make life at college a little bit more bearable instead of just the academic overload. So stuff like that. Oh,
of course. But we'll dive more into that as we start to talk about SGA. But tell us more, what are you doing here with the college, just to give us...
Yeah, this is my third year here. I'm going down the pre-engineering track, and next fall I'll actually be at UK majoring in electrical engineering.
Oh, that is awesome. That's awesome. And so kind of sifting into the bigger or main responsibilities we're talking about today, we're going to start off talking about SGA, which you both have mentioned, both big parts of. So Jeff, let's start with you. So how did SGA start exactly? When did that happen?
Wow, I'm not even sure what the correct date is when it has started. SGA's been here since I've been here. Each school basically usually has their own student government association. The one at Somerset, like I said, has been here, I'm going to say at least 20 plus years. There's been different advisors and people running it throughout the years, but it's been here quite a long time.
When did you get appointed exactly to be in charge of that?
I should have probably looked that up before I came. Probably 5 years ago, I'm going to guess.
Only that?
Maybe 4. Yeah, it hasn't been very long.
Oh, dang. Let's say. That was only a couple of years before even I signed up. Dang.
Right.
Dang. Well, I say you've made a great impact already. And so, AJ, this is your first year doing this, correct?
Yeah.
And so far, what have you done responsibility-wise with that?
I've helped Jeff plan some events out, and I attend the leadership meetings, which, again, I get information from staff, and I try to spread that around through SGA and through the other students so they know what's going on.
Oh, awesome. And speaking of events, like what are some events that SGA has been behind? Like we can go pre-COVID and then after, like kind of what we've done now, because I know they've done some recently, but COVID kind of shot that a bit.
Right. It's been a challenge, to say the least, the last couple of years to have some events on campus. But pre-COVID, we always had cookouts, welcome back cookouts on each campus, Somerset and Laurel, which were always fun. We usually had, we'd cook hot dogs and burgers and have snow cones and popcorn and that kind of thing. A lot of times the student organizations will set up tables to recruit members at that time, or other organizations set up tables. We usually have games also, cornhole, volleyball, chalk art contests, that kind of thing for those events. We do the same thing at the end of the year, or similar type of event at the end of the year for right before graduation. Last time we had it, we did a Mexican themed event, and culinary was really nice, and they helped cook some meat and stuff for some tacos. And Lydia Godby was our president at the time then, and she was intertwined with a lot of the Mexican restaurants in town, so she got several of them to come bring salsas and chips and that kind of thing. Then we did the same kind of thing. We had like games and different activities to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we just usually call that the end of the year celebration, and sometimes it's themed differently. Last year we just, like I said, last time we had it, we did a Hispanic or Mexican theme. So this year hopefully we'll do something different.
Yeah. Oh, so there are plans for this year, hopefully?
I hope so, yeah.
At the end of the year?
Yeah, it's one of the events we always do.
Oh, and so what are other events you all hope to get out?
Well, the cookouts were canceled, so we're hoping we can squeeze those in October soon. Some other events that we've kind of been looking at, we've been kind of looking at a games day to where we might just have, a volleyball net set up there, cornhole, maybe a croquet set, and just have students go out and compete one day, or maybe even have them set up for 2 or 3 days. And just, try to promote just having a little campus activity kind of thing. We usually do some sorts of fundraisers. We usually do a Christmas project every year. Let's see, some other events that we've done in the past. We have had some like, I want to say like it's a waffle breakfast kind of thing. We usually eat, I think it was with Dr. Marshall was here. It's like have breakfast with Dr. Marshall something, and we had like 12 waffle irons in the student lounge, or not student lounge, in the I can't think of the name of it. Community room, thank you. Community room, and we made waffles for breakfast one year. Kind of on those lines. We don't have, sometimes we have those big set events, and then a lot of other times we leave it up to the new officers and stuff to come up with events or ideas that they might want to do. And so hopefully we're going to be working on a trunk or treat probably at the end of the month for Halloween. And there's some other organizations that are also going to help with that too. As of that, I can't think of anything else. Can you?
I know the most recent thing that we've done was the 9/11 blood drive. That was also that was a big success.
Right. We usually do at least 2 blood drives every year on campus, and at least 1 on the Laurel campus. And so in years past, we were able to have that in the community room, but with COVID, they've just been bringing the bloodmobile. So, last time we had 18 out of 21 people who donated blood or who went to donate blood were able to successfully donate. So each one of those people that donate that blood counts for, I think, enough blood to help 2 people. So that's 36 people that were able to hopefully get blood or
Real
got
2
blood
for 1 deal right there.
just for that.
Oh, that's amazing. So, Mr. New Officer, he's brought up that it's up to officers, delegates who would be that have ideas for upcoming events. Is there anything you want to happen, come up? Any ideas?
Well, what Jeff was saying was what I kind of had in mind too, like the trunk or treat that we've been working on. That was we were planning on doing that on Halloween, right? Here at the college.
Saturday.
Say the Saturday before, because this upcoming Halloween lands on a Sunday.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So, and I remember back in the past we had the Halloween bash, but who was that done through again? It wasn't fully SGA, but they helped a lot.
No, it
with
was PTK that did that, and they're kind of in a reorganization kind of mode right now because of COVID. So they didn't do it last year. Obviously, they weren't sure they were going to be able to get it done this year. So we kind of stepped in, and a couple other groups on campus have mentioned that they would be wanting to do that also. So it's just kind of coming together right now. So
well, that's good. And I'd also like to make a note. I keep referring to them as you all, but I'd also like to note that I am also in SGA as a delegate. I've been in it previously. Last year, I was the vice president. Really thrown in there, but I think, did I live up to my duties? I'm assuming I did. I think I did pretty well.
You did all right.
Oh, I did all right. I'll take that. And the year before that, I was dragged in also as a delegate, but I enjoyed it for the full amount. And I highly recommend people look into that because this is a really overlooked thing. Because
it's very overlooked.
You get college credits back, and it's a nice program.
It's a good opportunity to be active in where you go to school at too.
Oh, exactly.
Instead of just thinking of it as a place to learn, you can actually learn and make friends and have fun at the same time.
Oh, exactly. You get more in touch with
And
faculty and students.
And you get a tuition waiver also. So
Exactly.
That's very helpful for a lot of students. So.
Yeah, people love that money.
Yep, we still have. Obviously, we have AJ as our president, but we have two open positions. We still have a vice president and a secretary treasurer spot, and delegates for that matter on each campus that are still open and available for any student to apply for or petition for. And so, if any of those students see this, by all means, you can contact me, and I can give you that information, what it takes to petition to become either a delegate or vice president or secretary treasurer.
Yeah, well, there you go, Gary. You want to get some extra money? There you go.
And for those two officer positions, you get 6 hours waived, right?
Correct, 6 hours a semester, and the delegates are 3.
Yeah, still, that helps a
helps
long
a lot,
way.
yeah.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
And
free class or 2 free classes if you think about it that way.
There you go.
So that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. So there you go. Sign up, Gary. Come on. You got open positions.
I don't know.
There you go. And so another another activity that I'm surprised you didn't mention earlier was coordinating the esports that's new to the campus, actually.
Correct. And so along with kind of SGA, there's also student organizations. So they can be anywhere from like an esports team to, we mentioned Phi Theta Theta Kappa. I always screw that. PTK is why I call it that, because I don't mess it up. And then some other organizations that are more centered by like programs. So like radiography has a student organization, and physical therapy has a student organization. So you have some that are structured towards an actual program, and then you have ones that are like esports that are kind of more open to kind of anybody can join.
Yeah. And
we just kind of really started the esports a couple years ago. We're still kind of getting it underway. But we're pretty excited about having it. We're in the process of right now, we've kind of decided on what teams we're going to have, and now we're trying to get members to sign up for those teams. And an email actually went out today from Tracy Cassidar. She sent an email out to all the students with that information on it. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nothing back yet, though, sadly. We should be getting some people emailing us tomorrow or.
Right. It just went out
soon.
like about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's where I'm going to cue it to Mr. Gary Smith here, because he's the top dog on that. What's your position for it again?
I'm actually the esports president.
There you go. There's your esports president, everyone.
So our future goals are to have some events here in the room that's right next to us. And then we are also planning on some scholarships. Do you have any info about that yet? About the plans that we could do for that?
Maybe hopefully when we get established as a esports Somerset Community College esports sanctioned team, we might be able to work on some sort of waiver or scholarship program for students coming in, because that's, other colleges or universities that do this offer that to their students. And so if we're going to be on that same line, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. We would be the first KCTCS college to have an esports team once we get it together. So we're kind of even though we're lagging a little behind the rest of the colleges in the state, because most of them do have an esports team, we're still kind of a front runner for the community college system. So
Better late than never, though. Come on. Or at least we're doing it. We've got our little lounge set up already. We got
we got
people
the
interested.
computers.
We have
Yeah,
a
we
president.
got,
There we go.
We got a Switch set up. We got 5 gaming computers ready. We got some high quality monitors and mice and whatnot. Some really nice headphones. And now we're just waiting on our teams to be formed up.
That's awesome. So has there been a lot of outreach, like people saying, like showing interest in that?
Oh, a ton of people.
Oh,
A ton of people have been sending us emails. I think we have we had about 70 people on the survey alone.
So when I first started this, to get an idea of, I didn't know if esports was going to be, people were going to be interested in. So 2 years ago, I think it's been 2 years ago, I did, just like I said, send an email out about who would be interested in having an esports team, and I got over 60 or 60 emails from students. And for here, that's actually a really good response. It really is. So, and each time we send something out to get more information from students, I think we're getting more students aware that we have it, and we're getting about as many responses all the time. So I think it's super popular, and I think it will be a big hit once we get it going.
Well, that's awesome. And so, AJ, so you've been a little quiet over there in the corner. I know you're also active in this.
Yeah. I've been looking more into the Smash part of it.
All right. So are you interested in like Rocket League or Rainbow Six Siege, any of the shooters or like strategy games or anything?
Not as much, not really. Mainly just Smash. That's my game.
Oh, yeah, because is that like the first event you're all hoping to plan out? Is that Smash tournament?
That will be our first event. Hopefully sometime next month we should have something started with that.
Oh. Okay, and then like, have you spoken to other schools yet about like competing wise or?
No, we still haven't got the teams together. So we need to get the teams going and then have them be able to practice together. Because just because you have a team together doesn't mean you're going to be on a level with some team that's been competing for 3 or 4 years. So I think once we get the teams and get established, and then maybe we can start contacting, the Campbellsvilles and the Cumberlands and maybe some other local, real close schools to do some competitions with.
Okay, that'd be awesome, man. I think that'd be great. And just to kind of like cover more what esports is, because I'm sure there's some faculty and even students that aren't aware what esports is exactly, and also just to kind of promote it. So any one of you can chime in about this.
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. So esports is basically, I think it's internet gaming is what it stands for, or something like that. Pretty much, you get a professional team, like the best of the best, and then you have them compete against other players across the country, across the world. So like Rainbow Six Siege, I think it was almost 4 years ago now. I was planning on going to, I think it was in Italy, where they was having their big major tournament, like the World Championship. And I was a pretty big player back then. I don't really play that much anymore. But that was the goal, was for me to actually go to Italy.
Oh, dang. Think ours will go that far to Italy?
Well, we have leagues.
Sure.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. Let's focus on Kentucky, then United States, then go all the way to Italy.
But it is kind of a quiet giant, I saw a thing not the other day, but last year, that the League of Legends tournament they had set up for the national championship has more viewers than the Super Bowl.
Oh, what? Dang.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that are interested in it, and it is an upcoming kind of sport.
Yeah. I think the big thing is just letting students be aware that opportunity is here at the college.
Oh, exactly. And I hope we're help promoting that through this. So I think that sounds like a great opportunity, and there's a lot of potential with that, definitely. So has there been like any exact team formation yet, or is it just maybes all around?
We're just getting started with it. So, like I said, that email went out just about a couple hours ago, asking for, the list of teams that we had. We did a poll to decide on what teams we wanted to play or what games we wanted to play, and then and those are basically Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, Overwatch, Rocket League, and League of Legends, and Smash. So we're hoping to get a team, or maybe two teams. We might have an A squad and a B squad, and some of them, if we have enough players, kind of thing, to fill those. And a team can be anywhere from, Smash Bros. Is one player, I think League of Legends is 5.
Yeah, so all of them are 5, and then Rocket League is a 3-player game.
And so the team, so we're looking at about 10 people overall of the whole team.
Right. So once that email, we asked them for what game would you like to play, and if you have any experience playing that game, or if you have a ranking playing that game, because some of these students already do since they've been playing them for a while, and or if you're interested in helping with the organization or with the esports club, that kind of thing. So
Or being a coach as well.
Or being a coach.
For one of the teams.
Okay. So
because I'm not a very versed esports player. I have never really played too many of these games compared to the kids that are playing them now. I've played probably Smash the most, and my son crushes me on that.
I would have pegged you to be a complete gamer, Jeff. Come on.
But a lot of times, too, where this, it's got sports in the name, so they threw it at me. But at other schools, they actually put it in the athletic department. So the esports team is right next to the basketball team and the track team. They're all considered. It's considered a team. It's an NCAA sanctioned team.
Oh,
So
I mean, I guess if chess can be a sport, why not gaming?
right, exactly.
So, yeah. So, Gary, as the president, do you have any more additions, comments, things we haven't covered yet over esports in general here, or?
I'm hoping that we get, enough people to have at least 2 teams for each game so we can have them compete within SCC. And then after they get better at that, then we can branch out to other colleges.
Ooh, to compete with? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's also leagues. I don't remember their exact names. I think, did you bring the paper that has that on there?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, well, there's 3 different leagues for colleges, and we could join that league if we get the funding for it. And then we would compete.
It's called MACE, the league name. So
we would compete in our state, and then I think nationally is the end goal. I don't think they do worldwide. They only do within the country. Is that right?
I'm not exactly sure. I had a conference with them briefly, talking about where we were at with our esports team and what they could kind of offer, what they offered, and that kind of thing. I didn't get into. I know they do. At the beginning, they play each school. They don't actually go to the school.
Yeah,
they play online.
Yeah.
But at the end, when they do, I think they do a national tournament, they will go to one convention center or one esports arena, and they will play live there.
So, yeah, long-term goals, very long-term goals.
That'd be great to be able to travel to a national championship kind of esports competition. Just to even go would be fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It sounds very hopeful because you said 70 people reached out saying they were interested.
Yeah, I think there's definitely potential for it.
Right.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, got at least one.
Some of the schools go big. I mean, they have these great big giant esports arenas where they not only have, the 5 or 6 computers down there where they're playing, then they have monitors set up all the way around and with chairs or bleachers around that so you can actually see what each player is doing.
Oh, dang.
So it gets pretty big.
And then they have people that's actually up there announcing all of that, commentators or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
They're up there going over it all. And then you got coaches that actually walk behind both teams and walk them through stuff while they're playing. Or some games have that. I guess it just depends on which ones.
Well, I guess we're starting off again. Maybe we'll get there one day. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, like you said, long term.
Yeah.
And so if that's everything, we're kind of running on our interview time. And with that, we just want to thank you gentlemen for coming out today for this really enlightening discussion. So thank you all very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For more information on SEC student newspaper, The Bridge, or the Gateway Video Podcast, email us at secthebridge@yahoo.com or contact one of the course advisors.
This is the Gateway, signing out.
All right.
Just remember Eli's the host, okay? Don't take all the stardom from him.
Now tap
Take
your.
it, please.
It's flashing though. Is it supposed to be?
Supposed to be solid.
Yeah, it's supposed to be solid.
I'm holding it in. Or
There you go.
there
I don't know what you
went.
did, but you did it.
Oh, I just kept. Yeah, I'm a good push.
Okay, we're
button
good.
pusher from way back.
Okay, so start from, okay.
Sure.
3, 2, 1.